Thanks so much. Time now 5:04. Data centers in Wisconsin have been topping headlines.
And now a grassroots effort is focused on educating and alerting neighbors about proposals on data centers before they come to your backyard. New this morning, Emily Byer joins us with a closer look. Good morning.
Good morning, Tammy and Emerson. Yeah, Janie Black works for the nonprofit Moms Clean Air Force. There are several chapters across the country. They focus on local projects that help reduce air pollution and improve the health of children and families. Black says for the past year, she's been learning about data centers, especially after talks about a data center in Greenleaf. After intense community opposition, the plans were abandoned, but the work doesn't stop there. Black created a Facebook group to keep people informed about possible data centers, sharing information on potential land sales and learning what other areas data centers find desirable. She says it's vital neighbors talk, but also take action. Right now, she tells me she's keeping a close eye on Wrightstown. There's an upcoming planning commission meeting she plans on attending. That's on May 4th. There's nothing on the agenda talking about data centers, but she says folks have to start routinely attending meetings, checking agendas, and working to get policies and legislation in writing to prevent something like Port Washington from happening here.
I think a moratorium would be good, but also I think that for them to put in their zoning and their ordinances that we exclude a data center and specifically call out what that is.
And I reached out to the zoning administrator for Wrightstown to confirm if there have been any talks about data centers. I have not heard back yet. Again, there's nothing concrete on the agenda on data centers, but Black is encouraging folks to be proactive. Next time you see me, we're going to take a closer look at the tax incentives that make Wisconsin appealing to data centers.